My literacy narrative is about how much I hate reading and writing. It all started in elementary school in St. Louis. We had to take those district-wide tests, which were the math test and the tungsten test. The math tests were at the end of every school year, and the tungsten tests were every month. They measure how much you learned in reading and writing, math, and science. And my reading and writing scores will always be lower than my actual grade level. I didn't really take it serious back then, or else I would have got help, but it didn't really affect me until my high school years. Through middle school, it wasn't really a big deal because we weren't writing papers like that. We were just preparing, and I felt like I was ready. I didn't take those tests seriously, but once I got to high school or freshman year, it was still like, okay, whatever. But sophomore and junior year, we read more stories, and we took more tests on the stories. We read more books, and that's when I realized something wasn't right. I felt like I couldn't comprehend. If I read the book, I would read chapter after chapter, but I could not tell you what happened in that book unless I was really interested. I couldn't ace my tests on the book because it wasn't really interesting. I couldn't hold on to the information. But as for writing, I was always bad at writing. I was always bad at putting my words in the right sentence or everything following each other. I would jump around on my papers because that's just how I was. I wasn't really big on the writing. I couldn't stand it, actually. But high school really opened up my eyes. I started to get worried because I felt like I wasn't going to get to college with my reading and writing scores. So I took the ACT my sophomore year, and I believe I got average. But that was only because my math grade was so high. My math and science grades were so high. It pulled it together because I had a very low grade in reading. And the ACT really determined my future, so I felt like I could do it. But in the meantime, in those few years, everybody's pumping you up like, yeah, in college you're gonna have 5-page papers and 10-page papers. What are you gonna do? And I used to think to myself, like, do I really want to go to college? Do I really want to put myself through that? Because I know how insecure I am about my writing. I don't know. I can't put all the details and stuff. I could just tell you blank, like what's on my mind. And it's hard to stretch that into 5-page and 10-page papers. So I would get scared. And I felt like I was not going to make it into college with my reading scores. So I had to take a remedial class, the ones that you don't get credit for, but you still have to pay for. I didn't want to do that. So I took the challenge anyway. I took the ACT again. I got a better score. It wasn't really high, but I got a better score. I got into college, and I'm here now. And even to this day, I still hate writing. I would procrastinate until the last day, the last minute, because I know that it's not going to turn out the way I want it. I just can't put my words the way I want to. But I think it is very helpful that we have a writing lab here at SEMO, because it kind of pumps me up. It gives me the extra boost I need. But that's about it about my reading and writing experience. I hate reading. I hate writing. And I don't think I'll ever get any better. But I'm content because I always maintain an okay grade.